Welcome to Python Basics with EJD. In this video, we are talking about advanced control flow in Python. This is the fifth video in the series covering Python control flows. And I said Python control flows are they actually tell us how the order or sequence in which programs are executed inside of Python. So far, we've looked at things like conditional statements, if statement, nested ifs, and things like that. We also went ahead to look at loops in Python, talking about while and for loops. Then we went ahead to look at Python loop control statements. So in the process of looping, right, you have to interrupt. So we saw things like break statement, continue. Break statement actually stops looping when given a particular condition, and then we also have continue. Continue given the same condition, like that will make break stop. Continue would actually jump over jump over a particular value that is set as a condition, for break in the previous case. So if you use continue, that particular condition point to be skipped, and then it will move on. Then you have in the last video, we looked at exception handling, which is a very powerful way of handling errors, in cases where you're working with, in situations where you have risky computations like dividing by zero and things like that. So this is the last video on advanced control flow in Python. Of course, that's not the end of this playlist, because after now, I think we'll be talking about object-oriented programming in Python. So that may have a couple of videos under that too. Okay, so let's open to our what we can call our integrated development environments, kind of. That's where we write our codes, and that is Google Colab. So now we're focusing on advanced control flow in Python, right? Here we have it. Okay, so the objective in this situation, talking about advanced control flow in Python, the objective is to master advanced flow techniques like comprehensions, functions, recursion, and short circuit evaluation. Now, you see functions coming up again because we did two videos on functions, talking about functions and advanced functions even, right? So, but functions are things that actually come up when you begin to talk about control flows, the order, the sequence in which Python executes codes. Okay, so let's go straight and talk about comprehensions. Comprehension gives compact conditional. So comprehension gives compact conditional expressions, right? It gives compact conditional expressions in lists, sets, and dictionaries. Okay, imagine that you have, in fact, I think I want to split this up. Let me copy this and say, let me create a new code box. Put this now. So let's do even for even so that we don't mix everything together. This is evens now, so this can go. All right, so for squares, we have this gone. Then this goes for squares like that. Okay, so now for evens, imagine we have a variable name called evens, and what it is doing is that we have a set. It's creating a set of x for x in range 10, right? X in range 10. That means from 0 to 9 effectively. So, and whatever is in that range is going to be for all x such that the modulo division with 2 gives 0. That means we are simply talking about even numbers. So, I mean, before we even go print that out, see, so the range here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, and then modulo x modulo 2 equals 0 will be even numbers for sure. So it means that we are simply talking about 2, 4, 6, and 8. All right, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So if we print this now and we say even numbers, then print this evens. So we have 2, 4, 6, and 8 as expected, right? That's the idea of comprehensions in that case. So, okay, 0 is even included. So 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Of course, when you divide x by 2, you get 0 as remainder. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 0, 4, 2, 6, 8. So that's about comprehensions, which are compact conditional expressions that we can use in list sets and dictionaries. So then let's talk about functions themselves. This is our first time of coming across functions, right? So imagine functions actually encapsulate reusable logic. So, and to define a function like we know, you need the def comment, def keyword, and then to run the comment, you need you need to copy this part out and give a particular argument for the parameter, right? So here now, we define a function called greet, and it will work on the parameter name. So, and once that is done, it now returns hello, with the name. And then by the time we run this, we have print, greet as car, and then we have this. So we see functions actually are part of advanced Python control flows like that. Okay, of course, we've treated functions comprehensively, so that's fine. In the previous videos too, I think there were 1 or 2 points where we talked about recursion. I think under functions too, yeah. So function calls itself until base condition is met. So for instance, in the case of recursion, right, for factorial, for instance, 5 factorial, as we know, is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So I explained that actually under functions too. So if you define factorial n, so this is also a function, right? So if n is equal to 0, all right, then return 1. Otherwise, then return n times factorial n minus 1. So this is another way now. So you have a conditional statement here now. So you have indentation to show this is how the level at which things should run. Okay. So in this case now, of course, we've seen this before. So we just run this and we have 6. So if we go maybe 7, we have 50, 40, 5,040, and so on and so forth. So it also shows us some kind of control flow right here. Okay, we also have short circuit evaluation. So logical expressions and/or skip evaluating unnecessary expressions. So any expression that is not necessary will not be executed in this situation. Imagine this, that you have A is 0, B is 10, of course. And then if A is not equal to 0, right? If A is not equal to 0 and B over A is greater than 1, then print won't execute, safe check, right? So won't execute, safe check. So in this case now, uh, so if A is not equal to 0, okay, so when we run this now, you see nothing happens because, okay, this is what I need now. So if A is 0, right, we have an error altogether. So in that case now, so for if A is not equal to 0, nothing even happens altogether. But when A is 1, so dividing by 1, that's a situation here. So if A is greater than 0, so our A here is actually 0. So A is actually 0, and B divided by A is greater than 1. So imagine here now, A is not 0 because A is 1 for sure. Then B divided by A, that's 10 over 1, that is 10. So these two conditions are met. So it will print this thing now. It will say won't execute, safe check. All right. So here, this when you say A is 0, these conditions are not met. So number one, A is not equal to A is 0. So this first condition is not met. And automatically 10 over 0 is undefined. So this is just not met. So the print, nothing is done basically because something is expected to be done. If A is not 0, so here A is 1, so it's not 0, and B divided by A is greater than 1 because that's 10. So it will print what you want it to print, right? Then we have possible combining techniques. So you can combine things. You can combine loops and conditionals. So like we have seen here already, we have I think one of the previous codes. So here we combined a function together with a conditional statement, that is if, right? Then we can combine loops and conditional statements like we've seen previously in other videos. Then we can combine functions and loops. Oh, okay, yeah. What we saw there is functions and loops. We can combine loops and conditionals like while statements, loops, for statements together with if statements, which are conditionals, right? Then you can have exception handling inside of loops. You can do recursion and conditionals just like what we've seen just now. So in this case, we have some best practices too. You want to keep nested loops minimal. So you see there's this constant warning about avoiding nesting if possible. Then you want to use comprehensions for clarity and efficiency. So you can see the use of comprehension right here, how how you can handle situations very powerfully, right? So instead of nesting sometimes, uh, uh, you know, instead of nesting sometimes, you may need to use comprehensions and other forms like that. Then use comprehensions for clarity and efficiency, like I said. Then avoid infinite recursion, so that it's more like looping endlessly too. Then short circuit conditions for safety and efficiency. So anything that waste resources, just condition the code not to run it, right? So in this case now, I mean, as far once you don't get an answer, you know something is wrong. So if something is right, then you know it will won't execute safe check. So you are conserving resources as much as possible. Compute time, compute power, and things like that. In summary, we have comprehensions, which is good for compact logic. So you just put everything together. We have functions for reusable logic. We have recursion for repeated logic naturally. And we have short circuit, which is safe condition evaluation. So it only gives results when the condition is safe. So when the condition is not safe, it doesn't care. It doesn't do anything. It just freezes. Or it just goes silent about that. All right. So with this, we come to the end of um, advanced control flow in Python, advanced control flow in Python. And then that brings us also to the end of control flows generally. So, we are talking about Python basics, right? And this is like the 24th video. So the last 5 videos have been about control flows, which talks about how the order, the sequence in which codes are executed in Python. So after this, I think we'll be talking about object-oriented programming. We'll be talking about classes, instances, and all of these things, inheritance, and blah, and composition, and the rest of them. So you want to stay tuned to this channel and keep learning. Let's learn together. Okay, so this is the end of the video. Let me know how helpful this is for you, and if there's something that I could try out, feel free to let me know. If you have not subscribed already, you are missing a lot. So go ahead, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released, right? So you can take it a step further, right? After subscribing, you can become a member of the channel. Just click on join and you stand to get some special privileges by being a member of this channel. So just check them out. There are 3 levels of membership with special privileges. Okay. So ultimately, don't forget to like, share, comment so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing Python right. Bye.